And then this is connected. Do you think we need more of a teacher-pupil relationship within the order, or do you feel instead we need to emphasize vertical spiritual friendship more within the order so that it doesn't fall into what you recently called in your talk on going forth, the swamp of ordinary secular life?
Yes, could you read that again?
Okay, slowly. Do you think we need more of a teacher-pupil relationship within the order? Or do you feel instead we need to emphasize vertical spiritual friendships more within the order, so that it doesn't fall into what you recently called in your talk on going forth, the swamp of ordinary secular life?
Well, I think we need certainly more of vertical spiritual friendship and more of what we call the horizontal spiritual friendship. Both are necessary, and I believe they have to be held in a sort of balance. And if we have too much of the one and less of the other, we will be out of balance. Of course, perhaps we could say that vertical spiritual friendship is more difficult to achieve than the horizontal variety, and therefore perhaps it does need to be stressed. But I also like to say one thing. When two people meet, or especially when two order members meet, it cannot be predetermined whether the relationship between them is one of horizontal spiritual friendship or vertical spiritual friendship. It can be assumed that the relationship between them will be one of friendship, even of spiritual friendship, but whether vertical or horizontal, or a bit of both, cannot be predetermined. One will only be able to ascertain that in the course of a long period of spiritual friendship of some kind. So if you meet suppose you're a very new order member. If you meet a senior order member, you don't have to assume that they are necessarily more spiritually advanced than you are, and that you can develop with them only a relationship of vertical spiritual friendship. At the same time, if you are a very senior order member and you meet a very new, young order member, or even a mitra, you need not assume in advance that the relationship between you will be one in which you are looked up to as the superior partner, as it were. One should never make those sort of assumptions in advance, but be open to what one actually finds in the encounter with that other person. And that may emerge in truth and in reality only after a period of, some months, even years, of regular contact. It's not easy to know other people. And sometimes people who look very simple, very unassuming, don't say much, they may be very deep people with a lot of spiritual experience. And in the same way, someone who speaks very fluently about the spiritual life and has quite a lot to say about it is not necessarily the most experienced person.
Thank you, that's very, very interesting.